Welcome back to Cephas Unscripted, episode 151. Brett is acting stupid. He thinks I think he's frozen. But actually, I just think that he's stupid. But anyway, Brett, the squad has been announced for the Springboks. We're going to run through that. We're going to do our predictions as well. First and foremost, how are you feeling ahead of our clash this weekend against England?
For the first time in 2024, I am extremely nervous.
Really?
I don't think we selected the strongest team.
I'm pretty happy with the team. I'm actually content. Okay, this will be an interesting discussion. Okay.
The fact that England have the players that they have makes me a little bit more confident, but I feel it's not our strongest team.
Okay, well, let's run through it, right? Because we're going to do our predictions in a second. But the team got announced this morning. Obviously, this is going out on Friday, so let's quickly chat about it. Oxenche, Bonge Manambi, Volko Low. Surprised that Thomas du Toit is not there, I would say. But Volko Low has been sensational for the Bulls. He deserves the opportunity as well. But you did intrigue me with that one of Vincent Koch to the other side, Volko Low on the bench. It is what it is, though. You can't have any issues there, right?
No, I do. I am a bit. I feel for a guy like Thomas du Toit. I feel like he didn't do anything wrong. Deserves to play back to back. I also feel like a guy like Vincent Koch could start ahead of Volko Low. I feel like a guy like Vincent Koch could have been rewarded in this game. Give him the starting. Yeah. But like if I was Vincent Koch, I would be a bit down in the dumps and annoyed. But it is what it is.
I think it goes back to, I don't think it's that deep. I think they understood that this is still the role. You know, just that bench role. He's coming on with Malcolm Marx and with Gerard Steenekamp, who he's been scrumming with kind of all his life as while playing with the Springboks, you know. But obviously it wouldn't have made that much of a difference. Like he's got good chemistry with the guys that start as well because he scrums with them at the Sharks. I get what you mean, but I don't think it would play that big of a role in terms of this game necessarily. But yeah, obviously we all want to see Vincent get his flowers. He's sensational. He's probably on the form of his life, by the way. Just like it's slipping under the radar because we have these other stars around the pitch. But Vincent Koch is playing serious rugby. And it's kind of since... Yeah. And it's been like this for a while, right? Yeah, okay.
I agree. I am, however, very excited for our lock pairing.
First time ever.
Give the people what they want.
Did you know it was the first time ever that they're starting a game together? Like they've played together before, but it's Ergie comes on from the bench. This is the first time that they start a game together as a pairing. That's crazy. I want to see how many games they've played together but never started together.
Yeah. No, I agree. And
it kind of makes sense, right? Because what used to be Ewan and Loot, and then Ewan and Franco, and then Ewan and Ruan Orkia. Ergie was just like never involved.
And Ergie probably, I think there's not a lock in world rugby that has more skill than Ergie.
No, not even close. Not even close.
Exactly. That's why I'm very happy for him that he finally gets to start.
It's the face of South African rugby and the face of Irish rugby playing together as a pairing.
Yeah, exactly.
Sensational. But they will have their work cut out for them because I do rate the English locks as well. I do like George Martin. He gets around, does some dirty work. Mario Torja is playing some better rugby. He's usually just a disruptor at the mall. Pretty good in defense. Just one of those nasty players to play against, you know, just like gets around, does his deeds.
I'm more nervous for Martin than I am for Itoje because I feel like he gives away so many penalties, which is beneficial because if he does his mischief and he does it well, then we could be in trouble. But it's very rare that he does what he does at ruck time and gets away with it. So
Yeah.
it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go on. Captain Rugby, Captain South Africa, Captain Siya Kolisi. No surprises there. Pieter-Steph to tackle, goes into that 7 jersey, and then Jasper Wiese to end off the forwards. The debate was obviously where's Pieter-Steph going to play, whether it was going to be 5 or 7. The other two were kind of like, we knew Siya was going to take that jersey. We knew he's going to play in that 8 jersey. Moving on to the backs. I had this slight feeling yesterday that we're going to go 6-2 with 1 scrum off. In the end, we went 5-3. Grant Williams starting with Marnie Lubbock. Sensational. I'm very happy about that combination. I think they suit each other absolutely brilliantly. You know, I've called for Grant Williams for a long time to come and play at the Stormers as well, because I like that combination. That is pace, that is threat from everywhere. Because Grant Williams by himself carries a lot of threat. Marnie by himself carries a lot of threat. And then obviously you have Damian Dialende also to set through into gaps. What's your thoughts on that 9-10 combo?
Yeah, the combo I think is selected, and Marcus Smith must feel very honored that this is my theory, but that halfback combination is selected purely for Marcus Smith. Because if he's going to break the line with his quick feet and his little quick jumping and his little chip kicks or whatever, the only 2 people that could counter that, in my opinion, will be Grant Williams and Marnie Lubbock. Where England, however, made the mistake is they selected Van Poortvliet on 9.
That was the most Afrikaans pronunciation of Jack van Poortvliet that I've heard in a very long time. Van Poortvliet.
I think it's Van Poortvliet.
He's got some South African blood in him that he's got a surname like that.
Yes, but I feel like he's gonna take away from Marcus Smith's game.
He's too slow at the breakdown.
He's way too slow. He's slower than Jaden Hendrickse.
He's definitely worse than Jaden Hendrickse.
Yeah, so that's where I think mistake.
I have not seen this guy play a good game. Now, obviously, I can be jinxing this, right? But I just don't know. I don't know what the thought process was around that. I don't think Ben Spencer has been that bad for England, because his combination work with Marcus Smith hasn't been bad, right?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen some glaring issues from him.
The
Jack
problem
is they might say like he kicks better from the ruck, so they're gonna have Freddie Stewart chase down on Apelile Fassi. It's gonna be a battle of the eyeball if they want to pull that bullshit
down the middle.
Hey.
The ball is not going down the middle. Mark my words, the ball will not get to Apelele Fassi. The ball's going to be on Kurtley Arendse all night long. That's why they selected Van Poortvliet. It's because of his box kicks on right wing. That's his strength. I don't even see Colby getting the ball a lot.
Yeah, so they're going to put the eyeball on Kurtley Arendse, which means Ollie Slido will be chasing down on Tommy Freeman will be chasing down on him, and apparently he's very good in the air as well.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I think they selected Van Poortvliet.
Yeah, but I don't think Kurtley is that bad in the air. Like, he might not catch every ball, but he's not going to make it easy for you to just grab it in front of him or anything. So
yes, but it's the height factor. I think that's the only thing that's going to count against him. Because
that's why I mentioned a while ago that we might play Kane Moody, right? Yeah. And you were the one that told me, no, you don't change your game plan for England. You play your boys.
Exactly, and I stand by that. But also, I do feel like a Moody should have been on the bench for this game, just in case that could have. Like, I wouldn't have played Am. Moody can play wing, center, and fullback.
But you know what I think is going to happen? I would not be surprised if this. So the idea that you're saying is correct, but what I think might happen is if that happens where Kurtley or Cheslin struggles under the eyeball, Jesse Kriel's very good under the eyeball. what they might do is move Jesse to the wing and Lukhanyo goes onto outside center. And then because Jesse grew up playing as a fullback, he's literally his whole career until he moved to outside center. That is what I think could happen, because obviously he's a bit taller, he's good under the eyeball, he's secure, he's big, strong. So I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe go that route if we see it's not going to plan. Would you agree? Do you think that is a fine assessment of it?
No, I completely agree. Word for word.
Okay, Damien Deolinda, Jesse Krill, not going to talk about that. Curtly Orange, Chesnut Colby, we just mentioned it, and then Fussy to round it off with. Let's go to the bench. Bomb squad as per usual. Malcolm Marx, Steenekamp, and then Vincent Koch. But obviously we've got Elrich Louw and Kwagga Smith on the bench, which means that Pieter Steff will go into that 5 jersey later on probably, and then have those two replace Jasper and RG Snyman.
Yeah,
right?
Probably. Also, just want to quickly go back. I'm very, it's odd for me that Willie Leroux is not playing. That means that he's probably not going to play against Wales. There they'll go with Jordan Hendrickse at fullback. And I think that Willie Leroux does not play 100 tests for South Africa.
I disagree a bit. I think Willie will be involved against Wales. I think Willie actually starts against Wales. I think there might be like a handshake deal with Rassie to say, okay, I'm going to get you 99 on this tour. And then when my family and stuff is at home, I'll maybe play from the bench. Okay, you won't play from the bench. Just get that final one, maybe against like Italy or whatever. That is what I'm thinking. They want to give him his 100th cap at home, maybe at like a Loftus Versfeld where his family is and stuff right now. That is what I'm thinking.
His family's in Cape Town.
Oh, his family's in Cape Town?
Yes.
Well, yeah, why would you stay up there? So, no, makes sense.
He plays for the Bulls and he lives in Valdevie Estate.
I know he's got a house here in Cape Town because there was one time I saw the Bulls was going to play this weekend, but then I saw him walking around in the same shopping center as myself, and I was like, make it make sense. Did I just see a little spoiler? Yeah, but I do believe he'll be involved against Wales, and I think he's playing one more test at home, and that will be his final test as a Springbok. But I truly do believe they're going to say 100 tests at home. Your family will be there, those type of things. No one wants to play 100 tests against Wales at the Principality.
Why not? What a place to play.
Nothing's like home. You want to hit that milestone at home.
I get that, but you also want to hit the milestone full stop.
Yeah, fair enough. Obviously, he has to wait now until, like June, July again?
Exactly, and he's got a whole URC season, Mr. Concussion himself, to stay injury-free so he can play 100th cap for South Africa. If Willie Leroux goes down in history as a 99 cap player, I'm going to lose my shirts.
Yeah, because obviously then Willemse will be back. And it's like Willemse needs game time for the box. When Willemse is available, you're playing every single game. Yeah, but it is what it is. Obviously, he's not involved. I would have got to that where I was going to say, like, my one change that I would have done is Lukhanyo out for Willie in this game because I really wanted him involved in this one. But anyway, Elrich Louw and Kwagga Smith. I love Kwagga, but this is kind of the one where I was like, Kwagga not play, Cameron Hanekom, give him that opportunity. He comes on with the comfort of Elrich Louw. He plays at the Bulls, and he plays with the experienced boys on the field in a big game. There's no better occasion, in my opinion, to get him involved. Obviously, we've went with Kwagga, which I obviously don't have an issue with either.
I slightly disagree there. I feel if Hanekom was involved, Elrich Louw wouldn't be. I feel like they're like for like player because they go to lock, flank, eighth man, whereas Hanekom does the same. Lock, flank, eighth man, same thing. That's what I said to you about 3-4 weeks ago. They are
Yeah, but
like for like.
Quagga goes into flank 8th man, so it's the same.
No, one's blindside flank, other one's open side flank. It's not the same.
Yep, but Quagga goes in for 8th man or what? Or Siakulisi.
Yes, and what's the name? The other two would go in for Peter Steff or lock or 8th man. It's not the same flank.
No, but
Why
remember,
would you have Ulrich and Hanekom on the bench when they do the exact same thing? They play the exact same role. There's no difference.
Because Hanekom is a fetcher, right? Hanekom can play.
He's not a fetcher. He's a player that can fetch.
But he's elite at fetching. He's very good at fetching.
Quagga is elite at fetching. Hanekom is good at fetching.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't have an issue with Quagga, but if you want to give Hanekom that comfort of playing with someone that he plays with at the Bulls and the experience of the Bok team in a high pressure environment, not high pressure, but like a big environment, this would be the perfect time to get him in. Hanekom is the future. I love Quagga. I truly love Quagga.
This is the Springboks, not kindergarten, where you need somebody to hold your hand. That I play with him at the Bulls. Let's be comfortable and.
But it's not like it's not. If you can get a guy in a comfortable situation, why wouldn't you do that? It's not about charity cases or anything like that. But you try and get the guy to be comfortable in a partnership, and then he starts understanding what it's like to play with those guys on the field. So it's not about kindergarten or anything like that. But I truly believe that Hanekom could be a.
Yeah, I think Hanekom, give him the green and gold jersey, and he's fine. I feel like just he doesn't need babysitting, and I know that's not what you said, but that's just how I interpreted it. So yeah, but either way, there's no point in us even saying it because I don't think he plays on tour, not even against Wales.
No, obviously, because you mentioned previously that Rassie said he won't be that petty to go and do that where he plays him against Wales, which is probably fair enough. And to be honest, now that he's not playing this game, I don't want him to play against Wales because I don't want the same thing to happen that happened to Evan Roos, where it's like one game doesn't play him for a very long time. One game, rather we'll just wait till next year. Okay, otherwise it's just ridiculous. 5-3 split. Do you have any issues with who's on the bench there? I did mention I wanted to see Villy instead of maybe, but I do understand the reasoning with as we just mentioned, with maybe Creel going onto the wing. Other than that, pretty happy.
Very happy. I think I like the fact that we went 5-3 from 7-1 because I feel like England prepped for at least a 6-2.
100%. 100%. Yeah. They probably saw the lineup coming out and were like, because you already know Borthwick is a notebook coach and now he doesn't have the notes. And it's just like, oh, shit. Okay. Anyway.
Exactly.
That's it for... Yeah?
He tries to copy Rassie too much.
Yeah. Has he gone 6-2? I'm not even sure. No, they've probably gone 5-2.
The England lineup. I just know that I know the starting lineup. I don't know the bench.
Let me actually check quickly. 1 sec. Yeah, they've gone 5-3. They've got a winger on the bench. Joe Roebuck.
Huh?
They've gone with Joe Roebuck as the third back replacement, who's a winger to replace Fowaboko.
Copycat.
Okay. Let's go again. Brett's internet is like the inside of an asshole. It is absolutely terrible.
What is wrong with...
What did you say, Brett?
I don't know what's wrong with my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, me neither. Go onto your data.
What's wrong with my Wi-Fi?
I know. I heard you the first time. What's wrong with your data? Yeah, we're going to do our predictions now. Starting off Friday night, I think this is going to be a good game. We've got Ireland versus Argentina. I'll give the floor to you. Tell me what's your thoughts on that game. Do you think Argentina can pull it off?
I do think Argentina can pull it off. I felt like Ireland was very underwhelming against New Zealand. And I feel like Argentina was very exciting against Italy. I'm not saying that you can compare the two at all, because just think about New Zealand gave Italy 90 points in the World Cup. So that's not how I'm seeing things. I felt like the Ireland side, they gone with so many old people. They think experience is going to keep winning them games. I feel like they 1 second off the pace, and I feel like Argentina has nothing to lose. So with that being said, this might be my cocky call for the week, or my cocky pick for the week, but I'm going Argentina to win this game. Oh my word. Wat het
Nee, jy was klaar. Jy was klaar. Ek het alles gehoor. Jy het gesê Argentinië gaan wen.
Okay.
I mean, fair enough. That I wouldn't be surprised, let me say it like that, if Argentina pulls it over the line. I've been very impressed with them, but it's the consistent of the inconsistent, right? It is they won their previous game, they're losing the next game, and it's rinse and repeat. When it comes to Ireland, I'm kind of the opinion that was a very, very once-off performance. I thought they were caught very cold, but their system is very good, right? And I don't think Argentina's got the best defense in the world. You look at them; they scored a lot of counter-attacking tries, but like off Italian mistakes. Now Argentina is very clinical, so Ireland can't make the mistakes that they did against the All Blacks necessarily. But Argentina can't let that defense be as shaky as it was against Italy, because Ireland is going to punish you when you do that. So yeah, they've gone with the old head route. You saw where that got us when we played the old heads against Ireland, but I think that was a once-off performance, and I really think they put in a statement performance at the Aviva this time. Like they just lost their record there against New Zealand. They'll want to bounce back. They'll be fired up and ready, because that was their worst performance that I've seen them play under Andy Farrell, and it was by a country mile. And if there's a team that they can bounce back against, that kind of plays into their hands with a loose game where their structured game can just take over, it's probably Argentina, in my opinion. So I'm going with like an 18-point victory for Ireland. I really think they get it done quite handsomely as well, with the physical dominance and everything. Yeah. Okay, Brett's on the cough again. Again.
I'm bloody sick.
Yeah, no cough syrup for you. We're not going to chat about Scotland versus Portugal. Scotland by like 45 points. By the way, all this talk about Portugal being better, they lost to the USA. Can you believe it? Stunk out my SUPERBRU there. By the way, people, join our SUPERBRU. Also, please do remember to like and subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate you guys. We do enjoy your engagement in the comment section and the discussions and the fights that you guys have with each other. It is beautiful reading. It's stunning.
Or like Casual would do on his other social media platform, is he'll say, if you like rugby, drop us a follow.
Yeah. Well, it works. Okay, it works. People do like the rugby, and that's why they do follow the channel. Let's leave England versus South Africa for a bit later, because we just spoke about the lineup. We'll end off on that one, so stay tuned for that one. The team that shall not be named, playing against the All Blacks. What are we feeling? Are we feeling a Southern Hemisphere victory? Feeling Northern Hemisphere? What are we going?
Definitely feeling Southern Hemisphere. Have the All Blacks announced their team? Is Ratama or is Roygard or Ratama starting? Roygard.
Yeah.
Okay, happy. That's
and Bowden Barrett at 10.
Okay, yeah. All Blacks by 5.
And Cody Taylor is back as well. So Safo Moore goes back to the bench. I think it's the Mighty Williams. They've also got Ori Savea plays 7. Wallace Titi plays 8. And then I just don't have the lineup in front of me. The 6, I think it's Sammy Penny now. Big boy, hard boy. He's playing at 6. That's a good shout. Scott Barrett, Tupu Vai. Centers are still the same. I think Mark Talea is out injured, which is obviously a big loss. That is a big loss. But Sevu Reece, he's class. He just comes in, and then Will Jordan at fullback. And I like the bench. Because they've got Anton Leonard Brown on the bench still. but it's 3 Chiefs guys. So you've got a chemistry coming off the bench, some dogs coming off there. I'm backing the All Blacks. I think they do it.
Same. I feel like this French side, lots of people I've seen so many different content creators backing France in this game because of one person. And that person's going to be showed up today or this weekend. I don't think it's going to be what everyone wants to see.
Yeah. I just think New Zealand, they finally hit their groove now a bit. They have hit the groove now. It was very patchy. You could see there was patches of very good rugby in them when they played against South Africa. Obviously, they couldn't put together the full 80 minutes performance. It looked better against England, but I think against Ireland, to dismantle Ireland the way that they did was class. And the French forwards aren't that quick. The French need to play a slow game. And I think with the pace in the forwards that the All Blacks have, they will be better. They will be hungry after that World Cup thing. They'll be hungry for what's about to happen in 2025, the disrespect of that. The Haka is going to be absolutely fire. The way that the cameras work in France, I wouldn't even be surprised if they turn the cameras off for the Haka. I mean, it's crazy what they do. I'm not one of these guys that support the All Blacks, and I want the All Blacks to win every single game and stuff, but I want them to win this game because I feel like the French has really disrespected the game of rugby and all types of rugby fans all over the world. So that's why I'm proudly saying I'm supporting the All Blacks in this one.
Me too.
All Blacks by 8. It's going to be a good game, though. It's going to be very good.
I can't wait for that game. I really can't wait for that game.
Do you reckon we see a couple of cards? A couple of 20-minute red cards?
I hope not. I really hope not. But if it's against the French in France, like you just said, cameras might not work, so possibly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. There's a couple of good matchups. Wallace Atiti and Adi Savea versus Aldry. Obviously, DuPont and Cam Roygard. Tom Ramos will probably play up against Bowden Barrett. I don't think that they've announced their squad yet, the French.
I'm
even excited for the Rico Ioane because he'll be up for it. Rico Ioane versus Gael Fiku. That's an exciting one. I don't think Penna is available because he was out injured last weekend. So I'm not sure if he's back. But anyway, that's an extremely exciting game. I'm really looking forward to that. That is game of the weekend, by the way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Italy versus Georgia. One of the underrated games. I think that could be a classy game as well.
It's not. I saw Georgia play last week. They were absolute dog shit. I think Italy takes this by 30 points.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Georgia they're not the hard team that they normally were. Their forwards were falling off. It was bad.
Okay. I'll back you on it then. Let's go Italy with a comfortable victory. I didn't see them play last weekend, so I just went on face value, like how we know Georgia can be. But if you say that, then I'll agree with you. Wales versus Australia. By the way, if England and Wales have 2 massive defeats, they will go into their lowest positions ever.
Yes. And I feel like Australia, that win and the confidence now with Joseph Swahili. I feel like it's going to be, oh my word, it's going to be a nightmare for Wales.
They're going to thrash them all over the park. I just... You look at that Welsh team. It's kind of just a bit desperate at the moment. Could you think where's Wales' strongest part of the game? Probably the loosies. I think the loosies of Australia is just better.
They've selected Anscombe to start. Obviously, only in my opinion because he played Super Rugby against the Australian sides. I think that's the only face value I can think that he will add to that Welsh side is that he's played Super Rugby against them. Because
or if Australia's ill-disciplined and they just kick it the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Wales can win if they make this an ugly game, but I agree with you that the Wallabies might have taken some crazy momentum from that England victory. They'll be proud of that performance.
Yeah.
That was a solid performance. So now they got to step it up and do it again against Wales. Finally, South Africa versus England. You said you're feeling a bit nervous because we haven't selected our strongest squad, but surely you don't doubt the result, do you?
No. I don't doubt the results. At one stage, if the team that got selected that I thought was going to be selected, I would have said South Africa by more than 12 points. Now I've come down significantly to South Africa by 11 points.
Oh, wow. I've got South Africa by 18 points. I think we do it pretty comfortably. Depends. I know both teams play in the weather, but depends on the weather because it suits their game a lot better than it suits us. You know the South Africans drop off like crazy when it's bad weather. If it rains a couple of minutes before the game, don't be surprised if you see a random injury and Lucanio Arm is out of the team all of a sudden, and we've got another prop on, and we've got another forward on the bench. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if we do that in the rain or something like that.
Also, if it rains, don't be surprised that Mani Lebok only plays 30 minutes of rugby.
Yeah, again. But I think Mani will be hungry this time. I think Mani, he's been waiting for this opportunity to play against England once again.
I agree, but we've seen in Cape Town, we've seen all over the world actually, when it rains, the game against Australia, when it rained, Mani Lebok does not do rain.
No, it does not suit his game
at all.
Well, they said it's going to be raining like crazy when they played against the All Blacks, and it did rain a bit, but nothing great. If it rains like that, he can play in a little drizzle. But yeah, Mani wants to play closed roof rugby. That's where Mani thrives. And then he's one of the best, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see for that one. But I don't expect Mani to play too long anyway, unless he really just runs the game all throughout. Do you think he takes the kicking duties as well, or do you think they give it to Chessie?
No, he's gonna kick. Look at the photos that they posted of him kicking. So I feel like he's kicking, and I feel like he'll be fine. I think the bad kicking is behind him now. He might miss the first one because it's always going to play in a kicker's mind that the whole
they're going to boo him, definitely.
The whole world, exactly. The whole world knows that he's had an off time with a boot. The whole world, not just South Africa, the whole world. So, yeah. So I think he might miss the first one, and then he's on song from there. Knows where to steer his foot the next time, and then he won't miss again.
Yeah, fair enough. So we're both backing the boys to get double-digit victories. That wraps it up. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We did have our technical problems, a good few of them, but it is behind us now. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the rugby. We do love and appreciate you guys, and we will see you on Monday for the review, and Brevin will be back. He's just still busy with his exams, so we wish him the best of luck. Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.